Well, Scorchers fans, it hasn't gone so well for the Scorchers so far. We just lost in Adelaide, but we're back out the furnace against the Sydney Thunder. And with me is Simon Kadich. And Simon, we've got Mike Hussey back. We thought he was going to be playing with us and just give us a bit of a swan song, all three of us. We started well together. But what do you think it's going to be like with Huss back?
I'm interested to see what the crowd reaction is going to be. I've been through it all myself before, having jumped ship, so I'll be interested to see whether the crowd are consistent and he cops it as well.
Yeah, well, I actually remember that in a one-day game. You absolutely got booed left, right and centre. So if Huss doesn't get the same reception, I know he's played a bit more for Australia than what you had out that particular stage. Same with Gilly. Gilly got a bit of a boo when he came over and actually played for us because of Ziggy Zura. It's not a good feeling, is it?
No, it's certainly not. It's not ideal, but look, that's what the crowd's here for, to make the opposition feel uncomfortable. They've been a big part of our success the last couple of years, getting to the final, giving us a great atmosphere here and getting right behind the boys. So hopefully they can do that tomorrow night and get us going in this comp, because we know we're only one win away from getting on a roll and playing some really good cricket.
Yeah, well, just finally with Mike Hussey, we're going to hate your guts tomorrow out in the middle, but we'll kiss and cuddle up and make up after the game, mate. But good luck to you down the future. Anyway, Kat, the last couple of games, we have struggled all three games in certain facets. We're lucky to get over the line. What do we have to change to get some momentum?
Basically, with the bat, we've got to get some big partnerships. We've had little partnerships of 40s and 50s, but we've had no real big one yet to get us to a big total. And we were fortunate that we had a decent partnership at the end the other night, where Coults batted beautifully and got us to a reasonable score. But at the end of the day, it was probably 10 or 20 under par as well on a good wicket. So, yeah, that's a big area of, and someone batting through the innings. We haven't had that yet, and that gives you momentum at the back end of the innings to be able to clear the fence. And once someone's faced 40, 50 balls, the hitting power will go through the roof. So that's the first area, and the other area probably haven't been on the money early on, apart from the game in Brisbane with the new ball. And when we have been in the past, we've done 2 or 3 wicket damage up front, and that's something that hasn't happened yet. So apart from the Brisbane game, so there's a few areas we can improve on.
We're losing Coulson probably for the rest of the Big Bash. How big a loss is that for us?
Yeah, look, he's a huge player for us. Obviously, his pace through the middle overs and possibly at the back end of the innings. We lose that bit of pace factor. We also lose his hitting power with the bat. We saw the other night in Adelaide how big a hitter he can be and the damage he can do late in the innings. So, and he's great in the field. So that's a big loss. You never know. We might get Paddy Cummins back for the last couple of games. So, and it gives one of the other young guys an opportunity. Jason Berendorf's been outstanding for us. And it might give someone else an opportunity, whether it's a Joel Paris or someone like that. So out of something like that, hopefully there'll be some good come out of it.
You talk about the batting. I don't think anyone in our top 6 has made a 50 yet, and we've got a pretty young batting lineup. What are you telling the young batters to overcome the nerves?
Well, Mitch got a 50 up in Brisbane, but yeah, the other side, no one else. I think we've had 30s, and it's hard for the younger guys batting in the middle order because they're probably not getting the amount of balls to be able to get to 50 unless they scored off 20 balls. But it's really the job of the top 4 to set the platform, and that's what we haven't done. So for the younger guys, it's just about them trying to be as busy as possible for their first 6 to 10 balls, to show intent so that they're putting pressure back on the bowler. And then when they do feel comfortable, knowing their areas where they can go big and find the fence. And you don't always have to go big early in your innings. You can play good cricket shots to find the boundary, take the pressure off. But then once you do get set and have 12, 15 balls up your belt, then there's a chance you're probably more likely to find the fence then.
Well, we saw Hales the other day, the #1 T20 batsman in the world. He didn't play any big shots early on, and he got away from us. So it's a good lesson for the youngsters. Sydney Thunder, Morgan.
Yeah, he's a very good player. With him and Huss, they've got extremely good middle order there, or top order. So between those two, they can wreak damage if they bat for 12, 15 overs. It's a dangerous combination, that. So we'll be doing our best to stop that and nip it in the bud as early as possible. Hopefully we can use the conditions here to our favour. I thought we bowled beautifully here last game against the Renegades when we were under a lot of pressure with only 117 on the board. So our guys can do it. There's no doubt about that. We just got to get the confidence out there to start getting on a roll, and it's the same. Our bowling's been good at times. It's our batting that needs to, hopefully give the boys plenty to work with.
Now, we're talking about a batting. They're going to come up against Nannis. Is Nannis the only one we've got to watch in their bowling department?
No, I think they've got a very good bowling lineup. They've probably got a slightly stronger bowling lineup than the Renegades did here. No disrespect to them, but with Nannis, who's very experienced, young Sandhu, Luke Feldman, Scotty Coit, they've got a very good pace attack there. They haven't had the results yet, but there's no doubt they've been more competitive.
Well, Feldman did his knee the other night, I think, out at Sydney, the Sydney home ground. What's that called? Homebush. It's sad news to see someone injured because we want to play against the best. Scorchers fans, that's it. Just had the word from the skipper. He's a very serious man, so we can't have too much fun. But get down to the furnace, support us, and be loud and get into the faces of the Sydney Thunder. All right, thanks, boys.